And that's what we saw during the war and post-tsunami and more recently. Now, emergency can be brought in for a very short time period. That's possible. We saw that in 2018, we saw that in 2019, where, the government said we are bringing it for a particular purpose. Now, in 2019, we actually challenged it, saying even for that particular purpose, it was overbroad, vague, and there were various concerns. So, even though the government of the day might justify certain practices, I think it's very important for us as citizens to keep an eye, monitor, and really study this, what's happening. And that's why it's very important these discussions happen, because the main point that all of us are raising here is when you have existing laws, when you have structures in place, strengthen those, then bring in these new things that can be abused. Now, emergency, the point that the question is, can the president bring regulations on any subject? Yes, that's a simple answer. Tomorrow, we may wake up to the fact that there's a new regulation, possibly even banning a discussion like this. That's how broad the powers are. So I think we all need to recognize, while being constructive, but while giving the government some benefit of the doubt, emergency regulations in the hands of very powerful executive with very limited checks is extremely dangerous. That said, now tomorrow's debate in Parliament, where hopefully the two MPs will raise these issues, are very important too. I mean, this is a fora that these issues can be raised. But let's be also very realistic. That's once a month, and that doesn't impact the regulations. The president can issue the regulations tomorrow night after the debate. So that's the amount of power one individual has. And I said this before, this is also in a context where the military role is alarming. The present, the serving military and the former officials are alarming, not just in terms of security. They are very much involved in the pandemic response, from vaccines to quarantine to surveillance. Now they're involved in consumer issues, on economic issues. So how far is this going to go? Is emergency not just normalizing a state of affairs? Is it now going to normalize militarization as well? So these are, I think, very, very worrying times.